you have to get ready for the time farm airdrop. The reason for this is they released their own plan for Q4 2024. As we move into time farm next phase, we wanted to update the community about some of the big developments that are going on. And then they call these the seconds token. For time farm, the name of their coin is seconds. And by the way, if you have not started, you still have enough time to ramp in a lot of profit from this airdrop. I'm going to leave a link in the description below and also pin it to the comment so you can jump on it. The reason why I'm in support of this airdrop is because it doesn't ask for ton fee and there is no unnecessary activities on it that is going to wind you up. And here the tokenomics is seconds price will be determined solely by supply and demand. We are working on the token economics, they said, to maximize the value for all of our different users. And this includes the removal of both redesigning of the farming system, including reviewing and potentially overhauling takings, referral rewards and payments of tasks, developing new products, and ways to use the seconds. All of this is what they are doing before the release of the airdrop. And a lot of us have inquiries into time farm. Like for example, Posh Afro Creative says, where do beginners go? I understand nothing from this time farm. Don't worry, I'm going to explain everything to you in this singular video. And then Yakubu Bumpy says, great project. I'm on 23 million seconds already. I can't wait for more updates. Yes, that's what I'm giving right now. Accord Johnson Friday says, good evening, sir. Do we have to burn the coins to buy anything, or we should keep a coin in the time farm game? Now, let me start answering the questions one after the other, especially if you are new, so you will know everything about how to go about this. Time farm has about 15 million users, and I just click on open app, and then the app opens this way. And every time you open, there's a daily reward that comes with it. And then it says, come back every day to claim awesome reward. So I'm going to click on that to claim. And as well, there is what we call mining, just a soft mining on this. And you can see here, I have a claim of 864,000 seconds here. Once I click on claim, this happens about 24 hours each time. It adds that to my balance. And then if I click on start, you're going to see it to start mining again. And this is for 8 hours. Every 8 hours, this happens. So you have the chance to pick up these extra coins every 8 hours. And in 24 hours, you should get about 4 of that. And that's why I like time farm airdrop, because it doesn't really stress you like some of these other airdrops. And then for Accord Johnson that asks if it's to burn these coins, you really don't have much things to burn. For the first phase of things, you can burn. And the reason why I said burn is so that you can mine faster. If you look at my farming here, I have this multiplied by 30. I am farming per second. I don't know if that makes sense. 30 of the seconds, which is 30 coin of each second in my 8 hours. That's why I have 864,000 coin, which is now seconds each time on my own end. For a lot of people, the reason why I have times 30 is I've invested my coin, which is the seconds I had before. In this case, I have 73 million. This particular coin, I had converted it to something that will farm for me. It's like PPH, where you take what you have already to invest it because you want to make more from that same thing. And how I did that was to click on upgrade. And then from the beginning of this upgrade, you're going to see all different types of clocks, assistance, and boost. Now let's start from clock, because all of these ones are free. Like we have already concluded, nobody's paying any ton to any network again. Nobody's doing anything again. We just want to do the free one and wait for what we will get, so that we'll not be really angry or the fact that they have taken our money. Now, if you are getting in on sand clock, that means you only have ×1 token. So every 4 hours, it's going to be reading one token for you for 4 hours. So 60 seconds make an hour times 4. That's all you're going to get. 60 times 4. 240 token. Remember when I started, I got 864,000. So you will be getting 240 while your mate, which is me, is getting 840. So you see the imbalance. But if you want to get more, you are going to go to this pendulum clock, for example. You buy pendulum clock. Once you buy this pendulum clock, it's going to mine for you 2 tokens per second, which means you are going to get 480 instead of somebody that is on sand clock who is getting 1, which is 240 per token. I hope you understand. But for you to get on this pendulum clock now, you need 1 million of your seconds. The ones you have mined before that you have 1 million of it. You now have to use it to buy this pendulum before you start mining 480 for you every 4 hours. You see, it's an investment. You have to invest and wait before you reap your benefit. But of course, you have to reap. And then after you do that, if you have 1.5 million, you can go to times 3. If you have 2.5 million of your seconds rigged in already, you can go to times 5, which is the modern clock. And that's how you follow through till you get to the last one. You see, my own is Pump Watch. I spent 30 million of my already made seconds to buy this Pump Watch. And that's why it's mining times 30 for me per second, which is why I have 864. This is the only main strategy that works here that can mine heavily for you. So this is how I got to rake in what I have. And you can see my own logo here. This is the Pump Watch. In your own case, it's going to have any of these watches, whatever level you are in. And from what I saw when I was upgrading my own, you can't just upgrade one. Not like you can go to 30 million straight this way. It looks as if you have to upgrade it one after the other. So you can see 1 million first, 1.5 million first, 2. So you're going to add all of these before you get to this one. Just make sure your upgrade is worth it. And that's the first thing here. But Badmus Aziz says in Time Farm, if one stakes for 45 days and the listing came before 45 days of staking, what happens to the stake coins? The question here is about the stakings. And for you to get to stakings, which is really incredible as well, you have to go to Earn, and then you're going to see 3 items here. Staking is the first one. This is where you can stake your coin, and it goes through this. Just look at the process, very easy in 30 seconds. I click on staking. It's going to tell me lock up a certain amount of digital asset, blah, blah, blah. And I can click on stake, and then it tells me 3 days, 15 days, 45 days. Now, what Badmus Aziz is asking is, if I go for 45 days of staking, and at the end of the day, let me just click continue. You see what I'm talking about? If I have 70 something million, let's say I just put 30 million here to stake, and then I click on continue. This 30 million ends on the 25th, and it's going to give me 35% of profit. You see, it's an investment. Earnings is 10,500,000 seconds. That's what I'm going to get. It's now saying if I put this up, and at the end of it all, the listings had been done before this time, does it mean I've wasted this? The answer is a no. Remember that your coin is your coin. Wherever you have your coin, it will be calculated for you. It's not like the other apps whereby you have PPH separately and you have coin separately. Your coin is still your coin. The only thing you would miss out on is the earnings that you're supposed to gain. I hope that is clear. So let me just click on stake, and this will stake for me, and that's all I have to do. The balance will remove from my main balance, and then I'll be en route to expect this extra 10.5 million seconds added to my balance by the time I finish, and I can just go back and claim afterwards. And immediately you see that my balance had dropped by the 30 million from the 73 million I started with, because I've staked it. But this your seconds, this main one is the main thing, and it doesn't matter if you stake or you don't stake, your total is still your total. Very well. Elvis Ahukana says, please, I want to call you. How can I get further explanations on this Time Farm? I'm on it now. That's what I'm doing now. There's no need to call me. This will also do the same. And here I have Austin Onuoha. He says, I've joined Time Farm through your link, and now I'm mining. Let's hope it's good. Yes, it's looking as if it's good, because there's no unnecessary change of plan. Most of these other airdrops that becomes bad, they actually always change their plans, trying to reap the community and milk us. But Time Farm has not been doing that, which is why I still support them. And then Foreign Intellect 998 says, how do I sell my Time Farm token? You can't talk about selling of your farm tokens now, because they are yet to list, and it's only after they are listed that you can talk about selling on either Binance, BNB, or whatever platform you use. Adama Bala, he says, I just bought my 30 million clock 2 days ago. Wonderful, wonderful. That's the big pump watch clock that I have here as well. And then Thomas Integrity says, I'm already on this project for a long time. I've gotten to 22 million points. You see, the strategies I use, that's why most people be like, how come you are grinding this thing up? This is what I grind up towards, because I make sure I don't miss my time. I make sure I buy higher clock so I can mine faster. You can imagine just now that I'm recording, I already have almost 20,000 of these coins again, because I have higher clock that is mining for me. And those are the little strategies that makes the difference. Christian Amasioku says, I joined Time Farm now. Listing should be next month. Yes, they said November, but I've not rumored that yet. Okay, let's just wait for them to make the proper announcement. And then Ben Zeh says, I've been playing this for over 3 months now, and I've upgraded to the last clock. Wonderful, wonderful. That's where you want to be. Upgrade to the last clock, which is this pump clock. Beautiful. Ronaldo Cheng says, I've farmed close to 100 million seconds already. You are a little bit late, but it's better to start now. I'm not late. You see, that's the impression people have, that you're late on something. You are not late. In life, you get rewarded by what you have done. If you have yours on 1 billion and I have mine on 300 million, if I'm paid based on my 300 million, I'm not jealous of you that are on 1 billion. You would have used more data. You'd have used more time. You know, this thing is just life. I am not late. Whatever I have and mine from here is okay for me. Uche Ifebuche says, wow, my time is not for waste. I have 20 million and I'm still farming. Wonderful, wonderful. The free dude is saying, is it worth it to upgrade to the latest watch? 30 millions for 5 tokens more per second. Yes, it's worth it. And this is one thing about investment as well. Should I buy the extra 5 clippers? Should I employ the next one person? Everything that is called investment brings profit back. There is nothing you can do. Even in Africa, you hear people say, why did you have 5 children when you could have just had 3? Yes, you are right, because the investment you put on 5 children, the stress is more than the one of 3. But as more as that, the reward will be different. If you also have 3 children who are millionaires, it's different from if you have 5 children who are millionaires. You know the funny thing? The first 3 you have might not even be million or anything. And it's the last one that you made that you called a mistake that will now become the millionaire that will take care of the 4 set of people you have. That's why in reality, make sure you are investing, not thinking about the stress. The stress will be there, so will be the reward.